stolen. Plucked out of my reality, my head's still spinning. Left in a world of uncertainty and harsh division. Know what I'ma do, I got something to prove. I got a higher call, gotta catch them all. Everywhere I saw them, if I breathe like blood, whether the roughest waters, I depend on my partners. My foes, they buckle and fall, it's back at the ball and on to the next one. Isekai mountainside, I'm looking up at the rift, I've got my mission. Stake my claim, ain't no way that I'm going back till the chapter's finished. Rounding every corner across this land, with the power to shape it in the palm of my hand. Hear the sound as I crash to the ground. Here I am, still standing, before the space we're living in is lost to time. I will restore all the ties that bind. When I'm ready to leave this world behind, I will become a legend. I will become a legend.
Last time on the No Pal Run. I built wood platforms into the sides of the cliff right under the next two syndicate towers. I got royally thwacked up twice.
It's like sex, only there's a winner.
And reset my stats, dumping points into health and attack power. And then I repented and was blessed. With two of them, in fact. As appealing as getting buffs from consuming crispy human flesh sounded, I bagged me a deer. I ground it up finely. I shaped it into a steak patty. I grilled it to the only acceptable level of cooked, medium rare. Tasted good too. Wait, where is it? Hey! At last, after having beaten the 4 previous Syndicate Tower bosses without ever having possessed a single PAL, I was in the final leg of the race, and up against Victor and Shadowbeak, the final boss. It went just how I expected it to, ending in my defeat, over, and over, and over, and over again. But that was okay. I wasn't upset because I didn't really try very hard. I was trying to gather data and assess the situation in order to figure out how I'm going to get a handle on this fight. Because right now, the bird hits like a truck, and my bullets hit like a wet tissue. I knew that I could learn from my mistakes and stay alive for longer the more I practice. This whole experience felt familiar. However, my legendary handgun couldn't take any more stress, and with my current damage output, using only the blicky wasn't going to carry me through. Time to change tactics. I switched over to what I considered to be my main save file, but at this point I'd spent more time playing Palworld without pals. This was a breath of fresh air. I missed soaring through the air on my Jetragon. I missed blowing up hordes of raiders with a missile launcher. I missed having my pals do everything for me. Watching them bustle about performing tasks that for the last few weeks I had to do manually to make it this far in the challenge. But I'm not here for a good time. Focus, Jameson, you're here to win. I started playing around with different methods to beat Victor under the same circumstances that Generic fought under. Goenham also has a legendary handgun, but again, the bullets land as well as Matt Rife's domestic violence jokes. I played around with fire and poison status from crossbows, but the chip damage from status infliction only triggers 12 to 14 times, dealing around 200 damage each. That might feel like a lot, but Victor has 200,000 HP. Hypothetically, to beat him in exactly 10 minutes, at the very least you'd have to deal 333 damage per second. Sure, you can unload a whole clip into this friggin' bird, or inflict status multiple times, but you'll lose precious time when you're reloading. And inflicting status takes longer and longer between each proc. I'd run the clock down each time without making a significant dent. Then there's the issue with survivability. Shadowbeak can easily decimate Generic if I'm not smart enough to time my reloads and dodge rolls. If only he'd stay still long enough so I can just shoot him in the face for crits, I might stand a chance.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea!
That's when it hit me. You see, common ranged weapons like guns and bows have to be reloaded, often, costing you time. Guns have higher damage output, while bows can inflict status at the cost of high DPS from the ammo. But there's one little special type of weapon that can inflict status and bring the pain, and don't have to reload, and don't have to be repaired. That would be the humble grenade, specifically the shock grenade. Not only does it pack a punch, but when paralysis is triggered, it stuns the enemy for what feels like just the right amount of time to throw more grenades! Yes, it will take more time between each status to proc, shock, but I can keep throwing these things all day, consistently dealing damage and never having to reload. To make one, I need stone, fiber, and electric organs, and all three components have been available from the beginning of the game. Let's get to work.
Much more reliable than a legendary handgun. Some assembly required, simply craft it and throw.
When you have a problem needing solving,
Or when your strategy needs evolving. When you find yourself at a
the best
disadvantage.
things come in the smallest package.
23 in real life hours later, I crafted all my grenades. I figure since one grenade can do between 300 and 500 damage on average, 500 should do the trick. So I'm bringing 1,000... It was a misinput! 999 grenades. Before we roll the fight, I just want to say that I love you all. Yes, you who are watching this video. This series would not have continued without your overwhelming support and engagement. No jokes or cutaways this time. You have my sincerest gratitude. This is it, y'all. The grand finale. Wish me luck.
Isekai Riverside, I'm looking up at the rift. I've got my mission. Stake my claim, ain't no way that I'm going back. Till every chapter is finished. Rounding every corner across this land. With the power to shape it in the palm of my hand. Hear the sound as I crash to the crowd. Here I am, still standing. Before the space we're living in is lost to time, I will restore all the ties that bind. When I'm ready to leave this world behind, I will become a legend. I will become a legend. I will become. I've been waiting for so long, lost count of the days, all the time spent away to find another one. Brave and worthy, steadfast and strong. At the end of the day, only one can remain, this close to the sun. Was it all a waste? What was the point of the climb? There was nothing waiting on the other side. I cleared every test, showed everyone I'm the best. Now I got nothing to say.
I'm just as good as it gets.
Oh, we're not the same looking down from here. Here, it's so good of you to volunteer. Oh, mine is the name that your rivals fear. There, I'll have you see in red. I'm just as good as it gets. Don't hold back on me. I've earned respect. Look me dead in the eyes the moment you realize what you're up against. I've crowned legends to dust in just mere moments, like with all of my opponents, like a tiger to the rodents. Oh, we're not the same looking down from here. Here, step it up or disappear. Oh, mine is the name that your rivals fear. There, I'll have you seeing red. Read between the ellipsis. Every height that you've reached, I've eclipsed it. Without a word, I turn headlines to old news on my cue. I'm quiet, but silence speaks volumes.
I felt a bittersweet joy. I just beat the game without using an intended game mechanic. That's gotta take some level of patience and skill, right? But I also felt empty at the curtain call. The show's over, and I have no idea what comes next. But I'm so happy to have done this. I've had so much fun the last few weeks putting these videos together, and as for my next challenge, I guess we'll see.
For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my